Hi and welcome to Artsy. My name's Carly. Today we are going to be creating some Piet Mondrian inspired artworks. But first, let's learn a little bit more about our artist. Piet Mondrian was an artist from the Netherlands who became famous for his simple but striking paintings using straight lines and blocks of colour. He was part of an art movement called de Stijl, which means the style in Dutch. This group of artists believed that art should be simple and focus on balance and harmony. Mondrian loved using the three primary colours, red, blue and yellow, along with black, white and grey. His most famous artworks look like grids with squares and rectangles that fit together like a puzzle. Mondrian believed that art didn't have to show people or things, it could just be about shapes, balance and colour. His style was very new and different at the time. Even though they are simple, his artworks are full of energy and help change the way people thought about art. So I'm going to guide you through step by step today. I'm going to show you the materials that you need, and then I'm going to take you through the process so you can make 2 artworks that look really awesome to hang on your wall. For this project, you will need 2 canvas boards that are square, black narrow washi tape, a pencil and eraser, a ruler, some acrylic paint in primary colours red, yellow and blue, and secondary colours orange, purple and green, as well as black or a black paint pen, a fine or small paintbrush, a paint palette and a water pot. Today we will focus on the element of line. We will use black straight lines that go from one side of the canvas to the other. These lines will cross over each other to make different shapes. Some lines will go the same way, parallel, and some will cross perpendicular, creating a grid pattern. We will focus on the art principle of balance by placing bright, harmonious colours across the page. Along with some black squares and white spaces, we can create balance, even if the colours and shapes are not exactly the same on each side. This is called asymmetrical balance. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to draw a series of grid lines onto your canvas, and it would be really good if we kept them pretty straight. So the best way to do that is to get your ruler, and you want to go across horizontally first and mark in some different spaces where you're going to have your lines. So you can mix it up. They can be quite wide, some of them can be really narrow. The thing about Piet Mondrian is that he was playing with line and he liked perpendicular line. And so we're just going to follow the same way. So now I'm going to pull my ruler right to the bottom of my canvas. And as much as I can, I'm going to try and follow and mark in where I had those lines as well. Now, if that's too far away, you might want to bring it up halfway first and see if you can mark in exactly where you had the same lines. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to turn your canvas around, and then you're going to really lightly with your pencil follow along those lines. So come along. Okay, and then what you can do is if you've got too many lines that you don't like, you can come along with an eraser and just erase them out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second canvas now. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do once we have drawn out our grids is we're going to create one with primary colours and one with secondary colours. So here's a little bit of information about primary and secondary colours. Primary colours are the 3 special colours that we start with in art: red, blue and yellow. They are called primary because we can't mix them by mixing any other colours together. But when we mix them, we can create new colours called secondary colours. For example, red and yellow make orange, blue and yellow make green, and red and blue make purple. By using just these 6 colours, artists can make almost every other colour in the rainbow. Okay, so with your primary grid, the first thing you need to do is think about where you want to have your blocks of colour. So Piet Mondrian has a lot of white in his grids. He also has a little bit of black, and we're going to finish off with taping it in black. So we don't need a lot of colour. We just need to choose where we want our red, our yellow, and our blue. So when you look at your grid, you want to think about what's going to give you the most impact. So choose one of the bigger rectangles, and then you can mix it up with some of the smaller ones. So I'm going to get to that now and show you how to do both the primary and the secondary colours. When painting, use just the tip of your brush to paint inside the little square. Keep your strokes gentle so the bristles stay neat. Don't squash or scrub the brush, but let it glide. And when you're done, give it a swish in water and lay it flat to rest. That way, your brush will stay perfect for painting more Mondrian lines and colours. Now we're doing the secondary colours in exactly the same way. Once you've got your primary and your secondary canvas, the next step is to tape it up with your very thin washi tape. So what we're going to do is I'll show you the first bit, and then you can just go for it. So this stuff is really quite thin and it's quite delicate, so you don't need to do much to it. But the difficult part about it is that you're going to have to work out where all the lines need to be, and you're going to have to cut pieces as you go. You actually don't need to cut it. You can just tap onto it and rip it like that. And so you now need to go along, and wherever you've got a pencil line, come along with your tape and line that up. Okay, so once you have your tape done, it's up to you if you want to go back and do another layer of paint. If you want to get it really crisp and bright, you can just leave it as it is, but you'll end up with your 2 Piet Mondrian inspired artworks that will hang on your wall. And I think you'll agree they look pretty cool for a pretty simple technique. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time on Artsy.